Surprise, surprise. They've actually hidden the dates, and I'm not even joking. So, buried in the fine print of what's being called the Big Beautiful Bill are some key deadlines that could cost seniors their Social Security. It could also cost working families their tax breaks and millions of Americans thousands of dollars in lost benefits if they miss them. And here's the kicker: almost no one, and I mean no one, is talking about it on the internet. So, this bill was sold as a financial lifeline for every American family, but inside it, well, it's a booby trapped timeline of who gets what and when. And if you're too late, well, hey, too bad. No second chances, no grace periods, and no appeal process. And yet, you probably haven't heard a word about it from your accountant, your Social Security office, or even your favorite nightly news anchor. Now, why? Well, because most of them haven't read past the summary. But the good news for you is we did. So today, we're doing what no one else is doing. We're breaking down the critical dates that you need to circle in red ink because your future absolutely depends on it. But just before we take a deep dive, it's imperative you hit that like button and subscribe so that you get notified the actual minute that we produce another game-changing video that affects your finances. I promise you'll appreciate it, so buckle up and let's plunge straight in. So as always, welcome to the Financial Freedom Network, the channel that exposes the truth behind your money, your credit, and your future. So if you care about keeping more of your hard-earned cash, avoiding government landmines, and staying 10 steps ahead of every financial curveball, well, the good news is this is where you belong. So let's start off with Social Security because this one could absolutely devastate seniors who aren't watching closely. Now, the key date to remember is January the 15th, 2026. That's the new deadline to opt in for retroactive COLA benefits that were caused by a recalculation that was tied to high inflation in Q3 of 2025. Now, just for context, the government froze adjustments temporarily while reworking the CPIW formula, which caused a delay in the distribution. So now they're offering back pay, but it's not automatic. I repeat, it's not automatic. You must file a supplemental claim either online through ssa.gov or with the form COLA 782 manually by mail. And if you think this won't affect you, well, hey, think again. Because this delay impacted an estimated 8.3 million Americans, and that's according to the Congressional Budget Office. Many of them were told nothing. So if your check looked low in late 2025, this is likely why. Now, here's the kicker. SSA is not required to notify you unless you filed a complaint during that adjustment period. So that's why you must self-initiate your claim before the January the 15th deadline. And if you miss it, well, the statute of limitations kicks in and your claim becomes invalid. No appeals, no exceptions. Now, this is one of those moments where awareness can literally pay off in the form of $1,200 to $2,400 in backdated funds for many retirees. So now we've got that out of the way, let's shift gears to working Americans, especially those earning under $68,000 a year. Excuse me. Now, the bill introduces a temporary 20% bonus to the earned income credit for qualifying workers, but it is tied to an early filing deadline of March the 1st, 2026. If you wait past that, well, you still get your normal credit, but sadly, you forfeit the bonus. And that could be anywhere from $800 to $1,500 per household just gone. Now, here's the real twist. This applies even if you get an extension, because you must file your completed return not just request an extension. And many of the people who need this the most, such as single parents, part time workers, gig economy freelancers, they aren't even aware this bonus exists. Even worse, it's not opt in, it's triggered automatically based on your filing date. So if your preparer waits until April, well, sadly, you're out. Now, TurboTax and H&R Block, well, they're scrambling to update their prompts. But if you use an accountant, you must tell them to file early. So get your documents ready in January and do me a favor and file no later than February the 15th to be safe. So let's take a quick pause. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, go ahead and smash that like button. It helps us reach more people who don't even know these deadlines exist. And if you're new here, welcome to the Financial Freedom Network, where we bring clarity to chaos, especially when lawmakers try to sneak in those complicated traps. Now let's get back into it. Excuse me. Here's one that's even trickier: the child tax credit. Now, under the new rules, families earning up to $200,000 a year qualify for an enhanced child credit, but only if their 2024 to 2025 income drops more than 15% and they file Form CTCV by December the 20th, 2025. Now, that form doesn't come with your tax return. It has to be submitted separately through the IRS's online portal or by certified mail. And here's the trap. So if your income changed and you didn't submit this verification, well, you'll only get the base credit of $1,600 instead of the full $3,400. Now, this affects laid off parents, self-employed families with a bad year, households switching to part-time. Now, here's the most controversial part. Even though the IRS already has this data, they require you to manually confirm it to reduce fraudulent claims, which ironically causes real families to miss out. So if you want to be extra safe, file that form by December the 1st, upload your income statements and keep a copy for your records. Now, for Medicare beneficiaries, the hidden gem in this bill is something called the RX rebate program. But the window for this is short. So here's what it's all about. If you spent more than $3,000 on prescriptions from January through to September 2025, well, the good news is you can file for a $750 rebate. Now, you'll need to submit Form 889M between October the 1st and December the 31st of 2025. Now, this form requires pharmacy receipts or a Medicare EOB summary. And no, your doctor's statement alone won't help you qualify. Now, most Medicare Advantage plans won't even alert you about this because it's federally administered through CMS, not your insurer. So you have to take the lead. Miss the deadline? Well, that rebate goes back into the Medicare Trust Fund. So let's recap the mission critical dates. January the 15th, 2026 for your Social Security COLA back pay. March the 1st, 2026 for the EIC 20% bonus filing. And December the 20th, 2025 for your CTC income verification form. And don't forget, October the 1st to December the 31st of 2025 is your Medicare RX rebate window. But it's not just about knowing the dates, it's about preparing right now. So start gathering your income records, your Social Security letters, your Medicare receipts, and of course, those 2025 tax documents. Get them now. So if you're unsure about your eligibility for any of these, well, we're going to create follow-up videos for each section with a step-by-step guidance and walkthrough of every single form. So make sure to subscribe right now because this money, well, it could disappear faster than it showed up. And here's your bonus teaser. So, buried deep inside the bill in section 483 is a pilot program that launches in May 2026. Now, that bill could offer up to $1,200 in internet and utility subsidies for low to moderate income households. But here's the catch, and there's always a catch: it's first come, first served. Now, we'll cover exactly how to apply in a future video, so make sure that you tap the bell icon and share this video with your friends and family so they don't miss out on what could be a once-in-a-generation opportunity. So until next time, I'm Steve from the Financial Freedom Network, where we make sense of what Washington hopes that you ignore. And I'll see you guys on the next one.